Sonic X Shadow Generations has been out for almost a year now, and its first and only DLC level dropped on December 12th, and we only even got that because it was a movie promotion. Sonic Crossworld seems to be the only game they are focused on marketing right now, so I think it's safe to say that we will not be seeing much support for this game, outside of maybe a Switch 2 port. But what if we were allotted some DLC? As far back as OG generations, I have only wanted one thing as far as DLC for this game is concerned, and that is levels from the handheld games. So I thought it would make for a fun little video to go through Sonic and now Shadow Generations and add in 3 new zones to Sonic X Shadow Generations. So 1 zone per era. And while it would make sense to only give Shadow 2 because he wasn't around for the classic era, I say screw the logic and let's give the formerly neglected young 50-year-old some extra love. I will also throw in a boss fight to each of their respective campaigns as an added bonus in this theoretical DLC pass. But before we get into the super fun stuff, we should establish a realistic schedule and format. In an ideal world, it would all drop as one big free DLC pack, but Sega needs to make their money somehow, so instead what we will have is a more traditional season pass with 3 individual DLC packs. Each DLC pack will be allotted 3 new skins, so 1 for each playable character, 2 new zones, and 1 extra free-to-play bonus which you guys can help me decide on in the comments. This can be anything from stuff akin to the Frontiers updates, some new music from the games that came out more recently, or something insane like a Chow Garden that connects to your phone.
Please, Sega, please, just take it!
Let's go crazy with these. Each DLC pack would retail for $7.99 USD, or a discounted season pass for only $19.91 USD. And see what I did there?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So to kick us off, we have DLC Pack 1. For Sonic Generations, this would grant us access to the classic and modern Metal Sonic skins. Now these skins would work the same way that unlocking Metal in SADX works. They'd be fully voiced, or sound affected, I guess, and they would have super forms. Now I would absolutely go crazy for Kaiju or Metal Sonic Kai and Metal Overlord, but I doubt Sega would go that far. So instead, their respective super forms will be Neo Metal Sonic, and Classic can have that pseudo super form that he had in Mania Adventures. It's a nice way to include Mania into the Generations celebration. I'd like to do some deeper cuts, but I feel like Metal should be a must-have with a high priority. As for the zone, I wanted to include a zone from the Game Gear era, and I landed on Sonic Triple Trouble's Meta Junglera zone. I'm not gonna try and deceive you for the sake of theatrics. At the time of this recording, I haven't played all the Sonic Game Gear games.
Hey, wait, back up.
In fact, I've only played the ones that you can currently see on your screen right now. I am in the process of playing them for an upcoming video where I go through all my favorite zones from each game, which you should consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see it. I just knew that this was the game that I for sure wanted to help include in Sonic Generations, so I chose the zone whose wiki picture looked the most appealing. If you think I missed nasty with this one, feel free to help me fix it in the comments. Nicely. Now moving on to Shadow's portion of this DLC pack. My skin of choice is none other than the Doppelganger's Doppelganger.
My name is Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm part lizard.
The theme that I was going for with these skins was rivals / doppelgangers. A lot of people loved Mephiles' inclusion in Shadow Generations, myself very much included. Like Metal, this skin would also be voiced. While I do prefer Dan Green as Mephiles, Robbie Damon did an absolutely amazing job with the role. Also, don't worry, we're not going to shaft Shadow because this skin would also have a super form. You would start out as the more generic version of Mephiles, and when you would want to activate the Doom Wings, you'd get his augmented form, which luckily enough can also fly, so it all checks out. For Shadow's new zone, I will break the rules just this once and include a console entry, because why in the holy name of Solaris was Westopolis not in the freaking base game? I'm genuinely so upset by this. All the time they spent blasting nuts all over the hub world could have been spent developing this zone. To tie up DLC Pack 1 with a nice free-to-play bow, you guys come into the picture. As I stated earlier, you guys can help me choose a free update to add to this DLC pack. And also take this as an opportunity to let me know what you would have chosen if you didn't like my picks. Nicely. I too have feelings. We let a good 3 to 4 months pass by to generate some extra hype, and we eagerly arrive at DLC Pack 2. For this pack, I wanted to focus on my favorite Sonic era, that being 2000 to 2011. Modern Sonic would get a skin based off of Sonic and the Black Knight with Excalibur Sonic as his super form. Now I had a lot of trouble coming up with something for classic Sonic that would also fit the theme of this pack, which you guys will see what it is when I get to Shadow. So I'm going to go with the Rabbit Sonic skin from Sonic Superstars. This, combined with a zone from Triple Trouble, is a nice way of paying homage to Superstars without having to add a zone from that game. Not that I have anything against it, but, you know, it came out after Generations. He'd also have like a generic little super form, but if you can think of something that would fit this theme a little better, definitely share it with me. To round off Sonic's half, Our stage was going to be Hot Crater, but I changed my mind. Instead, we're gonna go with Music Plant, and I know that Hot Crater is still in the graphic, but
I got lazy, okay? I'm a one-man band.
I would have loved to have added a level from Rush Adventure, but that series technically already has representation because we have Water Palace Zone in the 3DS version. So I thought it'd be really sick to give the Advanced series some much deserved love. Shadow would get his Rider series model as his skin. In addition to his super form, he would also receive his Extreme Gear as a skin over his Doom abilities, especially with Doom Surf. I really wanted to give both Sonics this skin as well because I absolutely adore the Rider series, but I wanted a way to represent the storybook series a little more besides music. Shadow's new zone will help keep up the handheld representation because we're gonna give him Meteor Base from Sonic Rivals 1. Another honesty bomb, I haven't played Rivals 2, and I also didn't want to spoil the zones in that game for myself. That's why I went with this zone. Also because its theme slaps harder than my mom when she gets mad at me. Much like with Pack 1, I am once again handing full creative control to you guys for the free-to-play addition to this pack. Now we hibernate another 3 to 4 months one more time until we arrive at our final pack for this season pass. This will focus on the era between Generations and Mania, so 2012 to 2016. And personally, I think I cooked a 3 Michelin star meal with this one. Because for this pack, all 3 Hedgehogs are getting Sonic Boom variations as their skins. Modern Sonic and Shadow will obviously look as they did in the games and the show. Meanwhile, Classic Sonic will get an originally designed Boom skin to tie it all up nicely. For the zones, I wanted to tie up all the handheld eras, so we're gonna give the 3DS game some love. Sonic will rep Sonic Lost World for 3DS with Frozen Factory Zone. Because why the fuck does Sonic Generations not have an ice level? Like, there's so many good ones to choose from, but no, instead we got like 3 city levels and no ice levels. Also, from what I gather online, everybody seems to like really dislike Sonic Lost World, and specifically this stage from the 3DS version, and there's nothing I love from Sonic more than a good redemption story. Except, you know, maybe some consistency? That'd be nice. Meanwhile, Shadow is going to tie it all together with a zone from Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. This is once again a game I have never played before.
Guys, I swear I love Sonic more than any other blue talking hedgehog. He's my favorite gaming mascot.
I do plan on playing the Sonic Boom series. I detested it when it came out because I thought that was Sonic's new direction, but I like it as an awkward little phase in his career. So for the sake of the little graphic, I chose Cloud Sanctuary. But if any of you guys have actually played Shattered Crystal, please feel free to correct my choice should you feel I screwed up with it. Nicely. Lastly, for the pack's 3rd edition, I want to include a brand new boss battle. For the boss battle, I would want to draw heavy inspiration from Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and have Sonic and Shadow do a little rematch since the rival battle in OG Generations kinda sucks in my opinion. I would want it to be a friendly battle between the two of them in which they race in their base forms and then duke it out in their super forms. You would be able to play this battle from both games, with each game being its respective Hedgehog's perspective. Try saying that fast 3 times. Shadow's battle against Super Sonic could function like the boss battles in Frontiers since the game already controls a lot like Frontiers. Meanwhile, Sonic's would function like the other boss battles in his game. So that is my super idealistic roadmap for a hypothetical Sonic X Shadow Generation Season Pass. If anyone at Sega somehow stumbles upon this, please, for the love of chaos, feel free to steal my ideas. Just, slide me a review code, yeah? As for you, beloved audience, let me know what you would change for my roadmap or what additions you would make. Or let me know if you do something entirely different. Let's get crazy and creative in the comments. If you want to see more Sonic content from me, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss them, okay? I have plans for a few videos diving into my favorite zone from every single Sonic game, amongst a couple other things involving the Blue Blur. So until then, I've been Veggie Boy, I'll see you later, and never stop running.